So today we're going to break down this really fascinating playbook, a high-speed launch plan for an AI-driven business that is designed to hit profitability in just 2 days. I mean, that is a pretty bold question, right? But the strategy we're about to walk through suggests that if you have the right leverage and a super precise plan, it's not just possible, it's actually something you could repeat. So the whole idea here revolves around something called an invisible agency. And this isn't about that slow, long grind of building a huge company over years. No, this is all about executing a calculated, high-intensity sprint that's designed to get your return on your investment almost right away. And here it is, the roadmap for that entire sprint. You can see it's broken down into 4 really distinct phases over 48 hours. It all starts with creating some irresistible bait, and it ends with a profitable launch. We're going to break down every single one of these. All right, let's dive into this first and maybe most crucial phase, the first 8 hours. This is all about finding a problem and then creating some really high-value bait to get your foot in the door. So check this out. The entire model is built on solving this one super specific problem they call luxury lag. Just think about it for a second. You've got a 5-star hotel. The lobby is absolutely stunning, but their website and their booking page look like they were made back in 2015. That disconnect? That's exactly where the opportunity is. And the action plan? It is incredibly direct. You're not, building a website or printing out business cards. You just pick 3 target hotels. You record these short little vibe audit videos pointing out their luxury lag, and then you send them straight to the decision makers. That's it. Now, this is where the psychology gets really interesting. Look at that email subject line. It's not a sales pitch, right? It's a diagnosis. It basically tells the hotel manager, hey, I've already found a problem you have, and by the way, I know how to fix it. A subject line like that is almost guaranteed to get opened. Okay, let's move on to the next phase. This is where you go from that one-on-one direct outreach to creating public authority. And you do it, essentially, while you're sleeping. The strategy here is just so simple, but it's brilliant. You take one of those vibe audit videos, the same ones you already made for your outreach, and you post it publicly on LinkedIn. This does 2 amazing things at once. First, it immediately positions you as an expert, and second, it starts generating inbound interest from other potential clients who see your post. All right, we are halfway through the sprint, and this is where the whole model makes this huge pivot. It shifts away from landing one-off clients to launching a scalable digital product, a course that teaches this exact system. So how do you get this thing off the ground? Well, the growth engine is what the playbook calls the invisible army. Instead of dumping money into ads, you give a massive 50% commission to affiliates who sell the course for you. The incentive is so high they can't help but prioritize your product. And the ultimate proof of concept? The course itself is taught by an AI avatar, which shows the power of the tools before a student even pays a dime. And here's how they brilliantly frame the value for those early buyers. You create this limited time founder's launch price of $497, but you frame it against the permanent, much higher price of $99.7. This immediately anchors the value and makes that initial offer feel like an absolute steal. Now, to really drive that launch, the playbook leans on one of 2 really powerful psychological triggers. You can either use the clock, which creates urgency because the price is going to go up after a certain time, or you can use the quantity, which creates scarcity by limiting that sweet discount to a specific number of buyers. Both are designed to stop people from hesitating and just create a buying frenzy. So, after all that sprinting, right? The outreach, the social proof, the launch, what is the actual return on investment? What does the payoff really look like? Well, the math is actually pretty simple. The goal for this founder's launch is just to hit 50 sales, okay? At $497 each, that brings in almost $25,000 in total revenue. Then you pay out exactly half of that to the affiliate army that drove all those sales for you. And that brings us to this number. This is the key takeaway. That's over $12,000 in potential net profit from just a 48-hour sprint. And remember, this was all done with absolutely 0 ad spend, just by leveraging those affiliate relationships. This whole playbook really leaves us with a pretty powerful question. It's not just about hotels or AI agencies, it's about a whole new way of thinking. If a high-value system like this can be imagined and launched for a profit in just 48 hours, what kind of untapped opportunities and invisible systems are just sitting there waiting to be built in your own industry?